Wanna be a Jedi? Not possible with this setup, but we can do that in Photoshop, and this is what we are going to do today and turn an image like this into something like this. Hi guys, welcome back to yet another design video from Dexplorion, and for those who don't know me, let me introduce myself. I am Didi, a Photoshop enthusiast and graphic designer based in India, and here on this channel I share my design process in Photoshop to create something artistic, and along the way we discuss various tools, techniques and tips and tricks which can level up your graphic design game and improve your workflow. In today's tutorial we are diving into the glow effect, a simple yet powerful design trick which can instantly make your artwork stand out. The glow effect adds a soft radiant light around your subject, giving it a dreamy, vibrant or even futuristic feel. It's widely used in posters, digital art, UI designs or even gaming visuals to draw attention and create mood. Whether you want a subtle highlight or a bold neon vibe, the glow effect can completely transform your design. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Set up the canvas size of our choice and then we bring in the image we are going to use today, and as always resize and position it. Okay, now here in this image we have three major elements which we need to look for. First is obviously our subject. Second is the musical instrument our subject is holding, that is the guitar. And the third one is the background comprising all the other things in the image. Our first step will be separating these three things into three different layers so that we can work on them individually. To do that, we will create two duplicate copies of the image by pressing Ctrl or Command J twice. Turn off the visibility of the topmost layer for the time being and work with the second image layer. Let's rename it as subject. Now we have to make a selection of the subject including the guitar he is holding. And for doing that, we're gonna click on the quick selection tool to activate it and click on the select subject button here to let Photoshop do the work of selection, and we can relax a little and then we'll take it further. It has done its job, but in this case it's not good enough. It has missed quite a good amount of crucial parts. We have to do that ourselves, and for doing that I will click on the select and mask button right here to enter into the select and mask workspace, and click on the brush tool here and paint over these left out areas to include them inside the mask. For the edges of the hair, we will take the refine edge brush tool and do the same. The job is done, and now we scroll down to the output settings, and here in this drop down we have few options which we can select depending upon our needs. We want just the layer mask on our existing image layer, so we're gonna select that and hit OK. And our layer mask is ready. Pretty good, isn't it? Now we have to separate the guitar as well, and for doing that we're gonna activate the selection of the subject we just did by holding the Ctrl or Command key and clicking on the layer mask here. Then take the polygonal lasso tool, click here, and this will make us subtract the new selection from the existing selection. We'll make a selection of the subject, leaving the guitar parts aside. The upper body is gone. Now we'll do the same with the lower body. After it's done, select the topmost image layer and apply the layer mask. We have to work a little more and mask out some more areas. To do that, keeping the layer mask selected, we'll take the brush tool, make the brush size smaller by pressing the left square bracket key. Right click anywhere on the canvas to open the brush settings and select the hard round brush, and make sure the foreground color is black, and we're gonna paint over those areas we want behind the mask. I totally forgot about this hand, but no worries, we can take care of that now. And we are done. Let's rename the layer as guitar. And in the next step, we're gonna create the actual effect. I want the glow effect on the guitar, and to do that we have to first convert the guitar layer into a smart object because we are going to apply some smart filters to it to create the effect. Before proceeding further, what we'll do is link all these three layers together so that they stick together if we wish to resize or move any one of them later. Okay, now first thing we're gonna do is select the guitar layer and change its blend mode to linear dodge, and you can already notice some glow on the guitar. This is gonna glow even further, and for that, keeping the layer selected, we go to filter menu, then blur and click on Gaussian blur. We'll start with a lower blur radius, maybe around 10. It will depend on the image and also the resolution of the image you are using, and even the size of the canvas will also have some effect. So do your part of experimentation. We want the glow to spread some more, so we have to create a copy of the guitar layer by pressing Ctrl Command J, and a new layer is created which has got the same blend mode and the blur filter as the original one. Now we go into the Gaussian blur filter of this layer and increase the radius to around 35. Again, choose the appropriate number in your case and hit OK to confirm. Cool, isn't it? Following the same procedure, I'm going to add some more glow. I think this much will be fine. Then we'll select all the guitar layers and press Ctrl Command G to group them together and rename the group as Guitar Glow, and our glow effect is almost ready. There are a few more steps to make it look more realistic, which I am going to show you now. But before moving ahead, if my videos have met your expectations of coming to this channel and in any way I was able to help you and it added a little bit of glow to your graphic design journey, then please hit the like button. It really means a lot to me. And if you are interested in similar contents, then consider subscribing, and do not forget to press that bell icon right next to the subscribe button to get notified of all my future videos. Coming back, now I am going to add some more colors to the glow, and for doing that we have to add a hue and saturation adjustment layer above the glow group. Since we want the effect of this adjustment layer only on the glow, we're gonna hold the Alt Option key and take the cursor in between the layers like this, and when the cursor changes, we'll click once to clip it to the glow group. Now we have to check this colorize box here. Move the saturation slider all the way up to 100. Adjust the hue sliders to get the desired color. I want it to be something like golden yellow. And lastly, bring down the lightness. If you want the glow to spread a little more, it's easy to do. We just have to go inside the glow group, double click on the Gaussian blur filter of the topmost guitar layer and increase the radius value a little more. That's it. To make the glow even more prominent, we will select the original image layer and make it a little dark. How? We'll add a levels adjustment layer above it and adjust these sliders to make the shadows and midtones even darker. Now our subject is looking out of place, so we're gonna add the same levels adjustment layer to the subject layer as well. And you can quickly do that by holding the Alt Option key and dragging the levels layer and dropping it just above the subject layer, and it's done. Make the necessary changes if required and then again clip it to the subject layer. But I'm not really satisfied with the results because it's not looking that realistic. If you go by the laws of physics, then there should be some amount of spill of the same glow over the subject and the background, and we're gonna create that effect to make it more realistic. First, we will deal with our subject. We'll again apply the same hue and saturation layer over our subject and clip it. If you observe carefully, the golden yellow light is little too much on our subject. We're gonna control it as per our likings, and to do that, we will select the layer mask of this hue and saturation layer. Again, take the brush tool, make the brush bigger by pressing the right square bracket key. Open the brush settings and this time select the soft round brush, adjust the flow to 20%. Make sure the foreground color is black and we'll paint over the shadow areas to remove the color. To add the color, change the foreground color to white by pressing the X key. This was before and this is after. Quite a difference, isn't it? After adding the glow, we don't have any details of the guitar. I want some of it, and we can do that by adjusting the opacity of the glow group. To make the blending even more smoother, we will double click here on the blank space of the glow group to open the layer styles and adjust these blend diff sliders. It's done, hit OK to confirm. Now we want some yellow light to appear on the background, but in a very controlled way. So we'll be adding an ellipse below the subject layer like this. Fill will be white and strokes none. I'll place it here and then convert this ellipse layer into a smart object. We'll again apply the Gaussian blur filter to it. Adjust the radius and again put the same hue and saturation layer on the top and clip it to the ellipse layer. And now we can control the light by adjusting the opacity of the ellipse layer. We're gonna add some more elements to our composition to make it a little more lively, and to do that we're gonna add a new blank layer, and on this layer we will be creating some flares or light particles, whatever you like to call it. And we're gonna create these particles with the help of a custom brush which is called the Stardust brush. It's available on brusheasy.com and it's completely free. By the way, you can find the download links of all the resources we are using today in the description. There are around 15 brush designs in here. Choose the one best suits you. I'll be using this one. Rotate the brush with the help of the arrow keys. We have to make the brush smaller. Make the brush color white and just dab to add the particles. If the particles we have added feels too much, then we can add a layer mask to this layer, change the foreground color to black, and with the same brush we can take away the particles and hide it behind the mask. Now we're gonna add the same hue and saturation layer to the particle layers as well. We can also adjust the opacity of the particles. I'll do some more refinements. Let's rename the layer as Stardust. And I am done here, but this blue ball-like structure and the light in the background are kind of distraction to me. So I am going to remove them. And for this we'll be using the spot healing brush tool. But did you notice one thing? The brush is not activated and we cannot use it not until we change our layer. Our layer here is a smart object and we cannot use the spot healing on a smart object. To make it work, we have to rasterize this layer, and to do that we will right click on the layer and click on rasterize layer, and now you will notice the change in the cursor and the tool is activated. Using it is very simple, just paint over the areas and it's clean. Magical, right? Since everything is finished now, I am going to add one more adjustment layer above all the layers, and it will be a levels adjustment layer so that I can play with the lights and shadows a little more to add some drama to the composition. You can also use the curves adjustment layer for this purpose. This is the final result, and now I'm going to finish it off with a small coat that I think goes very well with our today's composition. The font I am using here is called Nothing You Could Do. God knows where do they get these names from, but it's one of my favorite handwritten style font. And this is it. Hope you liked today's creation, and I really wish if I could somehow know what you are feeling right now after watching this video. This is only possible if you express your feeling yourself in the comments down below. Once again, thanks for watching and showing your love and support, and I will be back soon with a new video. Till then, do keep creative.